Okay, good, good. So let's start. So you can see it on the screen. I'm going to read from the Chumash. Perashat Mattot, Perek Lamed Aleph, Pasuk Aleph. וידבר אדוני אל משה לאמור, נקום נקמת בני ישראל מאת המדיינים, אחר תאסף אל עמך. Reading the Angelos now on the left side, Itpera. Itpera פורענות בני ישראל מן מדיינה בתלכן תתכנש לעמך. Okay, so it's what happened is that you recall at the end of Perashat Balak, Bil'am is on his way out. He gives Balak an idea, and the idea is to have Benot Midian cause the Jewish men to sin, if it's through Gilu Arayot, if it's through Avodah Zarah. And it was a successful, malicious yet successful plan. It worked.
Right.
It worked. Right. Very malicious, and but it worked. It did its thing. So interesting. In Judaism, nekama is considered something that's forbidden, right? So the pasuk in Perashat Kedoshim says, "Lo tekom velo tetor." Exactly. So nekama is forbidden. So how is it that here Hashem is telling Moshe to see to it that the Jewish people take nekama? It says nekom nikmat bnei Israel. Let the Jewish people take nekama of the Midyanim. When you get this done, that's going to be your last mission in this world. After that, it's going to be time for you to return to your nation. To return to your nation. That expression means to die, right? Because when you die, you go back to your parents, you see your grandparents.
Oh, is that why it's used?
Yes. Yeah, it's a beautiful expression, right? Beautiful expression. You know, your parents are there, your grandparents are there, the uncles, the aunts, everybody's there. You know, so you're kind of returning to where you started.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a beautiful melissa, beautiful expression, no?
Wow. Yeah, give me 1 second. Give me one second.
Yeah.
15 seconds.
Please. Not at all. So it's a beautiful expression, and you understand it. When you're born in this world, you know everybody, all your family is next to you, and they're all taking care of you, they all love you because you're a baby. And then as you get older, people pass away, and they go, and until you get very old, you don't know anybody from that generation, from that world, but you always think about it. You always think about that world. I always think about my grandparents' house in Haifa. Everybody was there, the whole family. And now who's there? My grandparents aren't there. The house isn't there. Most of the aunts and uncles, if they're still around, they're older. It's not, that world doesn't exist. But, by the time you go to Olam Haba, that whole world is now there. You're the only one left here, right? So it says, to return to your people.
Wow.
Yeah.
I never understood that. I just thought it was like a expression, idiom,
Yeah. So so let me tell you about nekama. So of course it's forbidden to take nekama. Why does Hashem then tell Moshe Rabbeinu it's time to take nekama against the Midyanim? I thought it's forbidden to take nekama. And the answer is it's really important. The haram, the isur to take nekama is within society. For society to be healthy, people cannot be taking nekama. They can't be vindictive. You can't act vindictively with people, because if everybody's going to be acting vindictively, then it's never going to end. And there's always going to be acrimony and hate, and people are going to be frustrated. And it's the worst thing in society. You should love the people around you and forgive the people around you for your own sake. For your own sake, you should forgive people around you. But that's within society. That's why it says, Lo tikom velo titoret bnei amecha. But outside, when an enemy of the Jewish people hurts the nation, here's what happens. There's two choices. If you don't react to what they did, you are actually going to be demeaning the nation and demeaning the historical vector. You're going to be bringing down the vector. So if the nation is going up and you don't react, you're going to start going down. If you don't take America seriously, you don't think America is a great country, you're destroying America, right? The Romans, when the Romans no longer had the social consciousness of being a Roman and of Rome being a great country in their mind. I mean, I'm just talking from there for them. That's when Rome began to decline. That's when people became sloppy. That's when society began to deteriorate.
Unfortunately, that's what's.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
No, that's what's happening here.
Yeah, of course. It's pashut.
I can't even imagine what the Hacham would be saying. I mean, he's been saying it for a long time.
Forget it.
You know what he would say. You know word for word his thinking. I just remember different episodes, how he reacted. And
of course. I'm changing the Wi-Fi. I think I'm on a weak thing. I'm just putting it on another. So give me a minute. This will take a minute.
Okay.
Okay, I think that should be a little better.
Yeah, looks fine.
Okay, good. So yeah, my father, forget it. He would have been like, today things are really bad. So the point is, if the Jewish people are attacked by an enemy, and this enemy was there to intentionally hurt them, when Midian did what they did, it's not like there was some prize at the end. They would, get money, they would get land, they would get some military, but they got nothing. All they got is they caused the Jewish people to sin. It was a raw, naked act of malice. It was complete malice, and there was no upside on the other side. It's not like they said, okay, now we're preventing the Jews from entering Israel. No. It was just pure malice. So Hashem says, you cannot, as a nation, allow this to go unanswered, because if you allow this to go unanswered, you're actually demeaning the integrity of the nation. And that's why it's so important. Yes, sometimes as a nation, you take nikama against an external enemy, right? By the way, when America bombed Hiroshima and then Nagasaki, it was a terrible act. Many people died, horrible, beyond belief. But it ended World War II. It ended the war, and it led to a period of great prosperity. That's the position of the Torah. The position of the Torah is you can't let things fester. Just be done with it. Get it done, and then everybody will be happier. Can you imagine if the state of Israel, for example, they had in the 6-Day War, they went all out. They took over Harabait. They said, we're building the Bet HaMikdash, and that's it. Get out of here. And they were all running away anyway, instead of telling them to come back. Get out, stay out, just go totally crazy. Today, it would be what, 50? We would already be on the 50th or 60th year, 50th year of peace, whatever number of years pass since then. We'd all be celebrating a jubilee of peace in the Middle East. It's because we constantly let things fester. We constantly allow these things to continue. We don't really end it, and the war continues. So you understand? So the position of the Torah is get it done with. You got to go to war, get it done with, and then everybody will be happy at the end.
Wow. A great example.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
So that's for all my father. This is all from my father. Allah Shalom. As you know, I don't have to tell that to you.
No. Every time look, Baruch Hashem, I didn't realize it, but I spent so many years with him that I know things that go on. I know exactly what he would say, how he'd react. So I hear it when you speak very often.
Yes.
Thank God.
Good. Okay, let's continue to the next pasuk. So, and just look at the pasuk. Look at pasuk one more time. It says, "Nekom nikmat bnei Israel." Take the vengeance of bnei Israel, of the Jewish people. Just remember that phrase. Nekom nikmat bnei Israel. Okay, let's go to the next pasuk, and you'll see why I said that. Vaydaber Moshe el ha'am lemor halesu meitechem anashim lasaba veyihiu al Midyan. לתת נקמת אדוני במדיין אנקלוס. Where is it? ומלל משה עם עמה לממה זריזו מנכון גוברין לחילה ויהון על מדיין למיתן פורענות דין עמי דאדוני במדיין. So here's a very nice pasuk. So Hashem spoke to Moses in the previous pasuk. And Hashem told Moses, the Jewish people must take revenge against the Midianim. Now in this pasuk, Moshe Rabbeinu speaks to the Jewish people. And he says, Hehalesu me'itechem. The word Hehalesu, let me explain to you what this means. Hehalesu, because they used to put the weapons, it's the loins, right? So they used to put the weapons, imagine like you have like that belt, and the belt has the sword in it and the military equipment, yeah? So you put it on your loins. So halesu literally means, get your loins ready, meaning put the weapons on your loins.
Oh.
Yes. Let people put on those weapons. People for la sava, for the military. These people will go and attack Midian. And look what the pasuk says here. It says, "Latet nikmat Hashem."
Right.
Midian. Now, what did the previous pasuk said?
Nikmat ben Israel.
Yes. Okay. So there's a lot of derashot. You'll see if you look at the books of derashot. There's a lot of derashot on this. I myself gave derashot on this, so I'm not saying this in a negative way. Meaning, the question is why in this pasuk, in pasuk bet, it says Nekom nikmat bnei Israel. It's the nekama of the Jewish people, and here it says Nikmat Hashem. It's the nekama of Hashem. So is it the nekama of Hashem or the nekama of the Jewish people? You'll hear derashot about this, and they're all beautiful derashot. Don't get me wrong, okay? Because I'm not going to knock them down. I'm knocking myself down also, because I also, as I said, I also gave derashot on this. But look at Ankelos, the way he explains this. Okay. When he says Latet Nikmat Hashem, he says Lemitan Pur'anut din Ammeh Adonai b'Midyan. When it says Latet Nikmat Hashem, it's not Hashem, it's the nation. The nation.
Wow.
Right? So there's no contradiction. The nation of God. We are the nation of God. So you see how the two Pesukim, they're not really contradictory. If you look at it, the Peshat, no contradiction. You like that?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Right. I mean, I love derashot, and derashot are important, but the starting point should always be Peshat. First start with the Peshat. And now you can make derashot, why this, why that. That's fine. I'm not against derashot. I'm not going to get into the derashot because this is more of a Peshat class.
Yes.
Okay? All right, let's continue. Here we go. All right. Elef lamatte lechol matot Israel tishlechu lasaba alfa leshipta lechol shipta yadi Israel tishlechun lechela. It's very nice when you study on your own. Also, you read with ta'amim. You read the pesukim with ta'amim.
I don't. It's usually late, but when I read, but I'm going to start. Yeah. Yeah,
it's when you do it, it's a big mitzvah to read the pesukim with ta'amim. And by the way, Harambam says that when Moshe Rabbeinu taught the Jewish people in Ohel Mo'ed, he would teach them first the pesukim with the ta'amim. That's actually taught it like that with the ta'amim, and then he would teach them the meaning. Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Focus.
That's right.
Bezrat Hashem, I'll pick it up.
Okay. So Elif Lamate. So this is how it's going to work. 1,000 soldiers per mate, per tribe. 1,000 soldiers per tribe. So you have a total of 12 tribes. Each mate is going to send 1,000 soldiers. And these soldiers, the 12,000 soldiers together, will fight the war against Midian. I just want to see if there's anything additional in...
Sajid going?
Yes, nothing additional. No. Okay. Give me a moment. Interesting. It says Elef Lamate, Elef Lamate. It says Elef Lamate, Elef Lamate. So that's the way in Hebrew you say every tribe sends 1,000. But then it repeats and it says Lechol Matot Israel. What does it say for every tribe? It already said Elef Lamate, Elef Lamate. So why does it repeat and say Lechol Matot Israel? You already said 1,000 per tribe. Why do you have to repeat the word for every tribe? Lechol. So Rashi brings, I think it's a type of Peshat. Rashi says, let me read it. Al-Lerabot Shevet Levi, because in this case, you're going to be including the tribe
Oh,
of Levi.
very nice.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
so they're also going to go out. Wow, that's a nice.
Yes, Lerabot Shevet Levi, correct, because like Shevet Levi is not counted in everything. For example, in Pinehas, we had the Nahala of the Jewish people. The land of Israel was split among the tribes. Shevet Levi wasn't counted. Shevet Levi wasn't counted in that. But here, Shevet Levi has to send 1,000 people as well. That's the Chidush. I think that's a nice point.
It is. It's a great point.
Okay.
Great point. So much in the language, that can get lost.
Yes. Yes.
In the text, I mean.
Yes. Okay. Pasuk He. וימסרו מאלפי ישראל 1,000 למטה 12,000 חלוצי סבא והתבחרו מאלפי ידי ישראל אלפא לשבטה 10,000 בזרזי חילה.
Right, Mizarizeh, the armed.
Right. Who have put on the weapons on them, right? Who have girded up their weapons on them.
Right.
Yes, armed, correct. Okay, I like the word. So words vayimaseru me'alfei Israel. Hold on one second. What does it mean me'alfei Israel? What does that expression mean? Vayimaseru me'alfei, from alfei Israel, they handed over 1,000 lamate, 1,000 per tribe, a total of 12,000. What does it mean vayimaseru me'alfei Israel? That's my question. What is alfaya de Israel?
Good question.
Let me look at the Benu Sa'adia Gaon. Right, so Alfei Israel means the, like Perashat Veishlach, when it has the names of the descendants of Esav. Yeah, Alufeh, right? So these are like warriors. So in other words, when they chose people, they chose the warriors, Alfei Israel, right? Let me look at Rabbeinu Yonah ben Janah, see what he has on the word Aleph. Aleph Lamed. This Sefer HaSholashim that I'm holding in my hand, Rabbeinu Yonah ben Janah, he was one of the great Hakamim of Andalus, generations before Harambam, and his book on the language of the Chumash is absolutely essential. So let me see if he has anything here on the word aluf. Aluf Teman. Sar vesarim, right? So the word aluf means a lord, right? Like a knight.
Oh,
right?
yeah? Yeah, that's it. Not officer?
Like, and my father used to explain the alufim, they were like the knights of Esav. I have the knights in shining armor. So they were the knights of Esav, right? Because they're very military. Aluf neurai ata. Re'am yuda. All right, so aluf also means a person who's well known. He's a prominent. He's not just some Rambo who, when he was Rambo in First Blood, nobody knew who he was, right? Because he was a great warrior, but he's not in aluf because nobody knew him. He was like he was a vagabond. You remember, right? In First Blood, in the movie, the first one, right? But aluf means you're not just a great warrior, but you're prominent. You're known, right? A knight. That's the point. Le'apuke Rambo. Le'apuke Rambo. Okay. We understand aluf. So vayimaseru me'alfei Israel means they took from the prominent, known warriors of the Jewish people. They chose the best. 1,000 lamate. Also, like in the IDF, you have different platoons. You have Golani, you have Duvdevan, you have Yahalom, you have you have special forces. You have different, right? So these are like the best soldiers that they were, right? Best. So vayimaseru me'alfei Israel 1,000 lamate 12,000 haluse saba. Okay, that. Oh, I like the word vayimaseru. Look at the word vayimaseru.
Yes.
Right. So what does limsor mean?
To separate, to cut.
Limsor literally means to give something. So, for example, Moshe kibel Torah misinai umsara liYoshua. He transmitted the Torah to Joshua. So what does moser mean? So moser is something precious. And I want to explain this now because this is really important. It tells you a lot about the psychology of the Jewish people. And it's as follows. By the Goyim, when you have a Goy army, okay, you have statistics. Okay, we're going to have 100,000 soldiers. There's going to be a death rate of 5%, mortality rate, 5,000 will die. It's just numbers. It's just numbers. We get it. All it is numbers. It doesn't matter. I like the word bayimaseru. This was like to be moser something precious. When you moser something, what am I moser? It means I'm giving you something very special, something very valuable, right? So bayimaseru me'alfei Yisrael, meaning when they took these boys and they gave them to the general who was Elazar Kohen, it was something special, meaning it's not just a number. Every single person is precious. So by us, if chas v'shalom a soldier dies, it's horrible. It's a death of an entire world, right?
Wow.
Right? And because because they had this attitude about the soldiers, every single soldier comes back from the war. Not one person dies. So you see how the war starts by maseru. When you have this beautiful, very humane attitude, that each one of these boys is everybody's baby. They're our children.
Wow.
At the end of the war, not a single person died. Everybody comes back. You see what that does? By maseru. I'll find you the pasuk at the end. One second. Right here. Velo nifkad mimenu ish. Yeah, look at this pasuk. I'm highlighting it. It says, "Avedu abadecha nasu et rosh anshei hamilchama asher beyadenu velo nifkad mimenu ish." We counted the people who went out to war. Not a single person is so much as missing in action. Every single. They left 12,000 people and they came back 12,000 people. Velo nifkad mimenu ish. Why is that?
How do you translate nifkad?
Nobody is, nifkad is milashon to remember. There's not a single person we need to remember because they were all here. They're all here, right? It's a Hebrew expression. So lo nifkad mimenu ish means there was nobody that needs to be remembered because everybody is here before us.
Nice lashon. Wow.
Right.
Nice to look at each word and.
Yes. So vayimaseru. So it all starts with vayimaseru. That's the key word. Okay. All right. So now let's continue. Vayishlach otam Moshe elef lamote lasaba otam ve'et Pinehas ben Elazar hakohen lasaba ukhlei hakodesh v'chaso sirot hateruah beyado. ושלח את משה, הלכה לשבטה, לחילה, יד תהון, יד פנחס בן אלעזר כהנא לחילה, ומנה קודשה וחסוס רת יבבתה בידיהם. And Moshe Rabbeinu sends them out together under the leadership of Pinehas. Why do you think that Pinehas became the leader of this battle? Why was he the leader? And the answer is because he was the one person that when the Magifah was going on and when people were dying, the one person that got up and did something was Pinehas. So Hashem says, he's the one that I want to do the Nekama on Midian. He's the person that should be leading this army because the truth is, he was the only army. He was a single person that went out and endangered his life, killed Zimri ben Salu, killed the Midianite, and so now he's going to be going out and he's going to be leading this battle. Uchlei HaKodesh. And when they went out to the battle, they went out with Kelei HaKodesh. Did I read the Ankelos? Yes, I did. What does Kelei HaKodesh mean?
Kalei HaKodesh, the Aron.
Yes, exactly. Yes,
I mean,
yes.
I read the Perush. I think
Yeah,
they were
that's correct. And
That's
that's right. That's Kelei HaKodesh. Kelei HaKodesh is Aron HaKodesh, which on top of it had the Kerubim, and inside of it has the
Luchot, Mate Aharon,
exactly
the man.
right. The mate of Aharon that was by
Yes,
Yosef, not by
yeah,
Yosef. Exactly. So they took this to the war, and together Pinehas was holding the silver trumpets. Okay, so they go out to war, and the next pasuk says exactly what they did in the war. Give me a moment. I'm just getting myself mehila. My voice is dry. I need a cup of water. So give me
maybe
one
I'll do
moment.
the same.
One second. Where's Nathan?
Nathan, he stepped aside. Maybe he went to get water too.
You went to go. Oh, okay.
I don't know. I'm not sure. Question: You mentioned Matev Aharon.
Yes, yes.
Not of Moshe, or what's the difference? Or they shared it, or what? Or
right, because the mate of Aharon, that mate was the one that the miracle happened to. That Vayosef Ferach, Vayaseh Sis, right?
Right. Okay, so that's is that the same one that Kachata Mate and split the sea? Or no? Or
No.
No, the
That was the
Mate that was
Moshe Rabbeinu.
so they had two
Mate
different.
Aharon.
Yes, exactly. This is a mate of Aharon that in Perashat Korach, there was a question. They were questioning the legitimacy of Aharon's leadership. So what happened? They put the Mattot inside the Mishkan by the Aron HaKodesh, and then the next morning, all the Mattot, they were normal, but the Mate of Aharon had flowers on it, and the Mate had like shekedim on it, right? And that was a sign that he was a legitimate leader, right? So that Mate was inside the Aron HaKodesh, together with the Luchot HaBerit and the Sinsenet Haman. They had also the Mate of Aharon, right? So
what happened to the Matev Moshe?
Interesting. Good question, but it wasn't in the Aron HaKodesh. It was not there. The Mate of Moshe is not in the Aron HaKodesh. And when the Mashiach comes and we find the Aron HaKodesh, we will find the Mate of Aharon, but we apparently will not find the Mate of Moshe Rabbeinu.
Maybe it was too, could be superstitious. It could something Avodah Zarah, right?
And maybe people. You're saying people would think.
Yeah, of course.
That's right. The same way the Nehash and Nehoshet, they did Avodah Zarah, and then came Hizkiah HaMelech, and he destroyed it. They probably would have done. Can you imagine what they would have done with the Mate of Moshe Rabbeinu? Whoa. Okay. Yeah. So that's probably why they didn't keep it. That's probably why they didn't keep it. I agree, brother. I think that's a good point, and I agree with that point. Yes.
I think I learned that in this class because we spoke a couple of weeks ago. No, you gave the Dirashah about the magic wand in Harry Potter.
Yes.
And why they had to go, what was it? They had to go with why did he have to bring the Mate with him?
Yes.
To go where?
And my classes, yes. I don't think it was recent though. Maybe it was
No, you posted it.
Yeah. I shared it. Somebody asked me, and it was in Hebrew. Yes. I shared it on my WhatsApp group. Correct. That was my explanation. Correct.
Beautiful. I loved it.
That's
so
right.
I feel it's the same line of thinking. That's where I.
Yeah, exactly. That was also for my father as well. Okay. All right. So let's do it. So you have the setup. So this is Pinehas, the person who killed Zimri ben Salun, who killed the Midianite, because Bibatsur, he's the one who's going to be leading this army. And Mikey, before you came, were you here for the explanation of Vayimaseru me'alfei Israel? Did you?
No.
It's a beautiful, Nathan, I'm going to explain it one more time because I think it's so beautiful. I think Mike would like it. What does it mean, Vayimaseru? They gave the soldiers. They gave from the prominent warriors of the Jewish people. They gave 12,000 soldiers. Why Vayimaseru? Why Vayitnu or Vayivcheru? What are Vayimaseru? Because when you're moser limsor, you're moser something precious, like Moshe kibel Torah miSinai umsara liYoshua. When you have something precious and you give it to your child, your moser, or when you have something precious, Moshe Rabbeinu gave the Torah and he's moser to Yoshua.
It's more
and
than
to the
transmit. It's depository, something.
So right. So in the context of a text, it's to deposit because something precious. So you deposit it with the Bet Din, meaning you're entrusting the text to the Bet Din. So here you're entrusting the soldiers to Pinechas. Because again, when you have soldiers under the command of a general or under the command of the commander of the platoon, it's so important. You're trusting him. You're giving your children over, right? So by the goyim, it's like everything is a very cold calculation. Okay, here's a cold calculation. These people are going to die. These people will live. No, by us, every single Jewish soldier is precious. It's something that we're trusting that you're going to take good care of him, right? So that's why I just think that's such an important point because it really tells us the attitude of the Jewish people. Well, till today, there are some things in Israel that could be improved, but the truth in the army, the attitude of people towards the Hayalim is exactly this. Till today, people really feel that every soldier is a gem. And I can tell you when I see my son's platoon, and I sometimes we visit the base and we see the other soldiers, it's such a tremendous feeling of ahava, the power of all the parents towards all of the soldiers. It's like tremendous, tremendous love, and you just, it's in the air. It's incredible. It's incredible. So
Wow.
it's all starts with the Vayimaseru. Yeah.
I'll just share one thing on that point. There was someone from Barkai, a graduate of Barkai. He ended up becoming a lone soldier.
Yeah.
And his mother posted, I think, on Facebook, if anyone can see my son during his tekes, his swearing-in ceremony, and if I remember, someone came in from Eilat,
Wow.
or the equivalent distance. And I'll never forget that, with a sign for the boy. Just it's someone did that. Just kavod for the lone soldier was mind-blowing.
Beautiful.
I remember the school shared it at the time, and they had oak tags and.
Beautiful. How lovely. How touching.
Right. I'm Yisrael.
Yes.
What people will do.
Yeah. No. Beautiful. Really beautiful. We have very similar experiences with our son as well, who's, as you know, is a lone soldier, and we have similar experiences that we can share. Tremendous, beautiful. That's one of the beautiful things of Am Yisrael, and inshallah we should have more beautiful things. Okay, let's continue. All right. So that's Vayimaseru. And then we said that Pinechas was the head of the army, and then let's go to now Pasuk Zayin. 1 second. Vayisbe'u al Midyan ka'asher sava Adonai et Moshe vayaharbu kol zachar ve'ithayalu al Midyan kema defaked Adonai et Moshe uktalu kol dechura. So they what does it mean vayisbe'u? What does vayisbe'u mean? So you have in Perashat Vayakel, you have the Nashim HaSoveot. What does the Nashim HaSoveot mean? So there was a woman that came to donate jewelry for the Mishkan, right? The Nashim HaSoveot. So they were surrounding the Mishkan, the area where there was a collection. That's the Nashim HaSoveot. So here, Sava Vayisbe'u on Midyan means they placed a siege. They placed a siege around Midyan, right? You understand? So let me just look at. I'm opening out now Rabbeinu Yonai ben Jannah, who was born in Cordova, in Andalus, about a few generations before Harambam. I want to see what he has on Sava. If he has something, if he agrees, if he says what I say.
Was Ibn Yanach the one who said 2 letters is the root, or 3 letters for a word?
3 letters, right? Exactly. 3 letters is the root. Exactly. Before, there was some theories that it was 2 letters, but then no. By the time Rabbeinu Yonai Jannah, it's 3 letters, and that's the correct. That is the correct approach shared by almost universally. But give me a moment just to. Sava. Here it is. Okay. Sadi Bet Aleph. Vayisbe'u al Midyan. He actually brings the pasuk. Kibbutz la'asot milchama, to gather around. So vayisbe'u means to gather for purposes of war. So kibbutz la'asot milchama means a gathering of people for military purposes. And then he brings Bemarot HaSobeot Asher Sabu Petach Oil Moed. That's a pasuk that I brought, right? Because the women were bringing the copper mirrors. You remember they needed copper for the Mishkan, and the woman, they had copper. How did they have copper? Because the mirrors, which they used to use to beautify themselves, they were made out of copper. So it says, "B'marot hasobeot, b'marot hasobeot asher sabu petachon moed hachogen v'neneken hachonenot asher chanenu v'chamo v'tashesh v'asaru petachon moed hachogenot." I don't understand what he means there. I'm not sure how he explains. Chonenot. I see. Okay, right. Okay. So similar to what I said. So he says that the women were sort of encamping around Ohel Moed. Similar idea, right? Because the army, it encamps somewhere. So it's not exactly what I said. I said to surround. That's not what the Ben Yonah ben Janach says. I defer to his far superior wisdom. Needless to say, I said lisvo means to surround around the city. But the Rabbeinu Yonah ben Janach says not exactly that. Rabbeinu Yonah ben Janach, he says it's when the people gather for military purposes, that gathering, that's called the Savav. So Vayisbe'u means they formed a crowd or a gathering for purposes of attacking Midyan. As you recall, I said that no, they surrounded Midyan. That's not what it means at all. No, that's not what it means. And then in the case of the woman, B'marot hasoveot, right? Asher saveu, it means that they gathered together and they wanted to present the copper mirrors to Moshe Rabbeinu for purposes of the Mishkan. So it's very important to be medayek and not to make mistakes like I just made. And that's why I keep this book with me, because it teaches me the right way.
Well, why do you say it was a mistake? I mean, did you get that from
I thought that lisbo means that they surrounded around.
Where did you get that from? Did you see that somewhere else?
Maybe it could be.
I'm just curious. Let
me look at Ankelos. V'itchayelu, istarefu l'savad. Let me look at Rasag. I'm just looking at Rasag. No, nothing. Sava b'muvan pashat, right, to attack. Right. I'm for purposes of this class, because we read the Ben Yonah ben Janach. Hold on 1 second. I have Sefer HaShorashim also of Bradak. Where did I put it?
Oh, wow.
Oh, here it is. Let me see what Radak says. Also one of the great Chachamim from southern France, a great supporter of Harambam, and really and even though he was geographically from southern Spain, he was for every single purpose from Chachmei Andalus. Let me see what he says about Sava.
Oh, he's from southern Spain, but
geographically, but he was from Chachmei Andalus. You know, it's one of the great chidushim of my father in his book, the B'Yisrael Moshe Chazan, was that Sephardi was not just an ethnic category. Everybody thinks, oh, Sephardi is, you're Sfardisher, you speak Spanish, you speak Ladino, or whatever. It's not correct.
No.
Sephardi always meant it is a particular approach to Torah, a particular approach to halakha, a philosophy of life. It's not just that you eat kibbeh and tchine on Shabbat. No, there's much more to being Sephardic. And my father discusses what that means in his book, the B'Yisrael Moshe Chazan. So also when I speak about Chachmei Andalus, it's the same thing. It's not just necessarily that you were born in that place. My father was one of Chachmei Andalus, and he was certainly not born or raised in Andalus. Okay, let's see how he explains the word. I'm now looking at the Bit in his Sefer HaShorashim, which is hundreds of years after the Sefer HaShorashim of the Ben Yonah ben Janach. Let me see. The Haniti, the Veti, the Hakibus. One second. Sava asher sabeu al Midyan. Lisbo al har Sion. בסדר, כדאי לו למילות, okay, yeah. כלומר, אדון החייל, yeah. No, so he doesn't disagree. He does not disagree. Yeah, he says, במראות הסובעות אשר סברו פתח אוהל מועד, שהיו בנות ישראל מתאספות. The Jewish women were gathering together, פתח אוהל מועד. They were gathering by the entrance to אוהל מועד, ומביאות בידיהן אפילו המראות שלהם לנדבות המשכן, and they would bring with them the copper mirrors as a donation for the Mishkan. Okay, so yeah, it looks like Rabbeinu Yonah ben Janach and Rabbi David Kimchi are aligned in this explanation, and we will leave it at that. Let's continue. So vayizbor midan vayihargu kol zachar, and here's what they did. Initially, they killed only the male. The reason they killed only the male is because in any milchemet mitzvah, you kill the male. You don't kill the children. You don't kill the woman. We're talking here about a milchama that was not one of the 7 nations, because with the 7 nations, the rules are different. They're more severe. But since Midyan is not one of the 7 nations, Achitiya, Emoriya, Perizi, and Vagirgashi, Kenani, the rest of the 7 nations, since Midyan is not one of those 7 nations, so the rule is more lenient. But nobody else. Later on, Moshe Rabbeinu was going to get angry at them, why they were so lenient. So now you understand why Moshe Rabbeinu was angry. He was angry because, why are you being lenient? Well, the answer is, well, we were lenient because it's not one of the 7 nations. And you taught us that only with respect to the 7 nations, you take the stringency. And that discussion takes place later. So nevertheless, I mention it to you now because it says, Vayaharvu kol zachar. Continuing on Pasuk Chet. ואת מלכי מדיין הרגו על חלליהם את אבי ואת רקם ואת סור ואת חור ואת רבע 5 מלכי מדיין ואת בלעם בן בעור הרגו בחרב. I want to look, I'm going to read Ankylos, I'm sorry, let me read Ankylos first. ואת מלכי מדיין כתלו על כתילהון ית אבי וית רקם יצור וית חור וית רבע 5 מלכי מדיין וית בלעם בר בעור כתלו בחרבה. So first of all, they killed the citizens, and then they killed the melachim on top of the citizens. What does it mean, al halelehem? It says that Malchei Midyan harehu al halelehem. What does it mean? They killed them on the halalim. What does that expression mean? Who knows? I will explain it if you don't know.
Into it.
I'm sorry? No?
No.
I think it means that, if you're, definitely these people were very evil. They were very malicious, right? Imagine you see a beautiful young boy and you maliciously try to cause him to make an avon for no reason, just because you want to ruin him, right? So there's nothing more hateful and spiteful. I want to give you the context. These people, they were doing an avera lehaf'is, meaning they, as I said, had no benefit from causing the people to do avodah zarah, and it was a disgusting form of avodah zarah that they had the people do it. I don't even want to discuss what they had the people, what the Jewish people were doing, or though not everybody, but those who were doing avodah zarah with Baal Peor, what they were doing was simply disgusting. And then there was the Midianite woman as well mixed in. So it was horrible. And I know just let me without saying, but let me say that many of the kibbutzim in Israel, what they did to to some of the Yemenite children that they kidnapped, I mean, the way they corrupted them and the way they raised them is it's unforgivable, simply unforgivable. I have no other words. Unforgivable. So I just want to make sure that you all understand these people were very bad people. They hated God and they hated anything good. They hated anything good. They hated anybody that was good.
We're talking now about the Midyanim or about the
Yes,
Kibbutzim?
the Midyanim. The
Okay.
Midyanim. So it's interesting. It's interesting. How many kings were there in Midyan?
Is it 4?
Hameshet Malchei Midyan.
Oh, sorry.
5. Now, Zimri ben Salu was the head of Shevet Shimon, right?
Okay.
How many families were there in Shevet Shimon? You want to count it for you?
I mean, I have to go back.
In
I have
Perashat Pinchas,
I have the Chumash in front of me, but Bnei Gad, Ele Mishpechot.
I'll find it for you also. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take you guys there now, so you see it. I'm not making this up.
Oh, Shimoni. You said Shimon?
Yep.
Shneim ve'esrem. No, the
Here, I have it
Mishpechot.
on the screen now. Let's count. Bnei Shimon le'mishpachotav. Nemuel is 1. Yamin is 2. Yachin is 3. Zerach is 4. Shaul is 5. Ele mishpachot Shimoni. Shenam ve'esim 1,200. How many mishpachot? 5.
Okay.
How many mishpachot were there in the nation of? I'm sorry. How many kings were there in the nation of Midyan?
5 in Midyan, 5.
5. Okay. So you already know this, and this is like the weak, feeble mind of people that do avanot. You know, you meet a goya. You know, so wow. So tell me a little about Midyan. Well, there are 5 kings in Midyan. 5 kings in Midyan. You don't say, you know, that I'm the president of Shimon, and we have 5. We are also divided into 5 little mini fiefdoms. Oh, wow, we have so much in common, right? So you see the way the reasoning takes place there and the way the mind works, you know, the 5 and the 5. Zeh keneged zeh, which of course it's all kalam fadi and, you know, utter and complete, you know, nonsense. But this is a Yetzer Hara, right? You know, oh, wow, you went to NYU also. What a coincidence, you know? You know, from all the hundreds of thousands and millions of people who went to NYU, you also went to NYU. That's really amazing coincidence. So this is just the way the Yetzer Hara works. And the Torah tells us, Hameshet Malchei Midyan. I believe the reason it mentions Hameshet Malchei Midyan is for that reason, to show us the trick that, you know, kind of link them together, the number 5, right? Number 1. Number 2, going back to our Perashat,
What made you draw that connection between Shimon and Malchei Midyan?
I went to sleep at night thinking about it many years ago, and the answer came to me while I was sleeping. Why does it mention in the number 5? What do I care that there was 5? And that was the question that I had. And then I said, wait, hold on. Didn't Shimon have 5 families? Yeah. Okay. So that was it.
Okay.
Now, what does it say? I'll tell you what the answer is. They killed these 5 kings on top of the dead people because they didn't kill the 5 kings first. They killed them last. Okay? Because that's a real revenge. And if they killed them first and the kings don't know what happened, right? Like when Tzidkiyahu, the king of the last king of Yerushalayim, was killed by the Babylonians, by Nebuzaradan, he first killed his sons in front of him. And then after he killed his sons, then he killed Tzidkiyahu. You understand? He wanted him to see it first. So here, they did it the correct way. You people, you caused the Jewish nation, the nation of God, to do Avodah Zarah, to do Gilui Arayot, and you think it's okay? It's not okay. And they killed everybody, and they let the kings see this, and then only after the kings saw this did they kill the kings. Okay? This is very politically incorrect. As you all know, I'm very opposed to this, right? I'm just teaching it because it's here, but just in case somebody is watching this from outside, this is just so not woke. It's just not woke. Okay, just in case anybody asks me about my opinion.
Barbaric.
Yes, yes.
Chas v'shalom.
Okay.
Chas v'shalom.
Chas v'shalom is right, absolutely. There's right and there's wrong in the world, okay? And we shouldn't be embarrassed to stand for something. If you stand for something, stand for it. Okay, let's continue.
Wow.
We have a few more minutes, but we'll continue. Hold on one second.
I like the point that that's real nekama. That's it's a nice point.
Right. Yes, thank you. And that's a nekama, exactly. If you kill them beforehand, then there would be no nekama. Vayishbu bnei Israel et neshem Midian ve'et tapam ve'et kol behemtam ve'kol miknehem ve'et kol chelam bazazu. Okay, Ankelos. Ushbo bnei Israel et neshem Midian ve'ataf lehon ve'at kol be'irehon ve'at kol getehon Bazu or Bazu. Okay. And they took as booty from the war the woman. As I said later on, you're going to see that Moshe Rabbeinu is outraged that they did this. All right. But for now, this is what happened. They took the woman, they took the children, they took the animals, and the mikneh. What is the difference between behema and mikneh? You understand my question? It says behema, and then it says miknehem. Ve'et kol behemtam, ve'et kol miknehem.
Well,
Right?
behemah are different. Behemot are domesticated animals. Miknehem is a flock.
Right, but miknehem is domesticated. Am I wrong, or right?
Oh, I mean, behemah I think of as shorn ox, and mikneh son, to me is sheep, ram, and. But
right. So first of all, you're right about mikneh. Right. So miknehem means the livestock. So right, it means the cows, the sheep, the animals that you take grazing. I think behemah includes non-livestock animals like horses and things like that. Right, donkeys, horses. That's what I understand. I don't have an ayah because I looked at the mefarshim and I didn't see anybody who deals specifically with that issue. But I understand that behemah as non-livestock. And the mikneh as livestock.
Oh, okay.
The et kol hilam bazazu. What does it mean, hilam? What does hilam mean?
The chilam is the stuff that they use in war.
No.
I don't know why I'm saying that.
You're thinking of hayalim, but here chayil is a general term which refers to riches. Right?
Oh, okay.
Right? So there's a pasuk that says, let's find the pasuk now. Oops, I'm in Hebrew. I'm going now. Noten lech.
La'asot chayil.
Exactly, koach.
Koach la'asot chayil.
So this is in Devarim Yotchet, right? Vezacharta et Adonai Elohecha, ki hu hanoten lecha koach la'asot chayil. What does it mean la'asot chayil? It means to make wealth, right? So when a person makes a lot of money, he has to be thankful to Hashem because Hashem is the one who gives us the ability to succeed and to prosper, right? So chayil means wealth, tremendous wealth. So here, the et kol chelam, going back to our pasuk,
all the riches,
all the gold and the riches and the silver and all the other things. It's a general term which refers to riches. Yes. No, because I think it's the opposite. The mikneh refers to livestock. In the Bible, the word mikneh means livestock. Right. No. In the as it's used in the Chumash, the word mikneh means livestock. It refers to livestock. And behemah is a more general term. But I can look at it later. Maybe later on I'll look at it. Okay. There was a divergent opinion being expressed here as well. Let's continue. We have another a few seconds. Pasuk Yod. ואת כל עריהם במושבותם ואת כל טירותם שרפו באש ויד כל קרבהון במותה בניהון ויד כל בית סגדתהון הוקידו בנורה. They destroyed all of the residences and all Bet Sigdaton means the houses of worship, right? The places where they did Avodah Zarah. Because don't forget, they wanted to cause the Jewish people to do Avodah Zarah. So in order to undo the wrong, it wasn't just enough to kill the people for what they did, but to destroy their places of Avodah Zarah. And we will leave it at that. We will leave it at that because it is now time. I see that there's a comment. Somebody might have a question. I'm just going to take a quick look at the chat. And one of the 10 Zechirot, Hashem gives the strength to attain wealth. Yes, from Joey. Which Joey is that? Chesky. Hi, Joey. How you doing? Yes. Yes. Correct. Excellent.
What does he mean, one of the 10 Zechirot? What is he referring to?
We have at the end of the Sidur on Shachrit, there's 10 things that we're zochrim, and one of them is V'zacharta. You look at the pasuk.
Oh, I never even knew such a thing in the Sidur.
Yeah, it's not in all the Sidurim. V'zacharta et Adonai Elohecha, ki hu hanoten lecha koach la'asot chayil. Zechira, right? Zachor et asher asa Hashem Elohecha leMiriam, but right also Zachor et asher asa lecha Amalek. So the one of the Zechirot is to remember that God is the one who gives you koach la'asot chayil.
Wow, never even heard of, never even saw it.
Yeah, it's 10 things that you remember each day because you have a mitzvah in theory, right? To remember these things, Yetziat Mitzrayim. But we do it anyway, probably indirectly, whether it's saying Kriyat Shema, sometimes Shabbat. Well, you don't always remember Shabbat except if it's the day of Shabbat, right?
Right. Yes, excellent.
Hey, look it up, Nathan. Try and find it. It's cute.
Which Sidur? Not the Kol Yaakov.
No.
The Kol Yaakov cuts everything out. It's a very condensed book. That's why I don't like the Kol Yaakov. All the Shebit, they cut out everything.
You're right. A lot of Kabbalat Shabbat. Yes, it's true.
I think Ahiezer book. If you know the blue one, that's on. I think.
I know it. I don't have it, but I know it.
Most of the Israeli Edut HaMizrach Sidurim have them.
Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna take a look.
Yeah, there's also a Shlosha Semidrot. There's something else. Or what was the other 13 right before?
Yeah, exactly. That's right. 13 emunot. Harei ani ma'amin be'emunah.
Ikare emunah. 13 ikarim.
Right. That's from Harambam. Yes, correct.
Very hashuv. Yeah.
Okay. Beautiful.
Gentlemen, all the best. Always a pleasure.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Go to.